Right now, brand new cars are rotting on dealer lots across America. Some of these vehicles have over 600 days of unsold inventory for a reason: recalls, price hikes, quality failures. These aren't used cars or lemons. These are 12 factory-fresh 2026 models that nobody wants to touch. Number 12, 2026 Buick Envision. Kicking off the list is the Buick Envision. And this one is not just about weak sales. It is a perfect storm of bad timing, tariffs, and corporate decisions that shoppers are now paying for. The Envision is built in China, and when the US government imposed a 45% auto import tariff on Chinese-built vehicles in 2025, GM had a choice: absorb the cost, find a workaround, or protect buyers. Instead, they passed the cost straight to the customer. The result? A price jump of roughly $5,000 in less than a year, pushing the starting price to around $43,000. For a Buick crossover, not a BMW, not a Mercedes, a Buick. And that is the problem. The Envision has a decent interior and a comfortable ride, but at $43,000 to $47,000, buyers are suddenly cross-shopping real luxury brands with stronger prestige and better resale value. GM says Envision production will move to Kansas, but not until 2028. Until then, it is trapped in tariff purgatory. Right now, the Envision has a 256-day market supply, with over 13,600 units sitting at dealerships. Average selling price, $47,100. A struggling badge, a tariff-driven price hike, and buyers walking away. Not a great start. Number 11. 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Moving up the list is the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, the three-row version of Jeep's flagship SUV, and one that has been sitting on dealer lots far longer than most shoppers realize. The problem is simple. Stellantis has spent years playing the price it high and hope for the best game. Now that strategy is catching up with them. The Grand Cherokee L is pushing $50,000 plus, which puts it directly against three-row SUVs like the Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade, and Toyota's family haulers. Those rivals often bring better refinement, stronger reliability reputations, and a more convincing ownership experience. Jeep is asking near-luxury money without the luxury brand trust to back it up. Then add dealer fees, long service wait times, and owner complaints about infotainment screen failures in a vehicle costing around 50 grand. And suddenly buyers have plenty of reasons to walk away. There is also a bigger Stellantis trust problem forming. When several Jeep models keep landing on worst seller lists, it stops looking like bad luck and starts looking like a brand crisis. According to CarEdge, the Grand Cherokee L has 278 days of supply, with over 7,300 units sitting on lots. Average transaction price, about $50,500. Jeep's three-row gamble is not working. Number 10, 2026 Ford Bronco. This one will surprise a lot of people. The Ford Bronco. Not long ago, this SUV had wait lists, dealer markups, and buyers fighting just to get one. It was Ford's big American comeback story, but that hype has cooled fast. The off-road capability is still real. The Bronco can absolutely handle trails, but once buyers try to live with it every day, the problems become hard to ignore. Owners complain about loud wind noise from the removable roof panels, water leaks across multiple model years, a rough ride on normal roads, weak fuel economy, and a manual top that gets old quickly, especially in bad weather. But the bigger sales killer is the APIM module recall. The accessory protocol interface module can overheat and shut down the center touchscreen for up to 5 minutes while driving. That means no navigation, no backup camera, no radio, and no main screen in a nearly $50,000 vehicle. That is not just annoying. Buyers see it as a real safety concern. Right now, the Bronco sits at 280 days of market supply with over 34,000 units sitting at dealerships. Average selling price, $47,700. The Bronco comeback was massive, but right now, it is stalling badly. Number 9. 2026 Dodge Charger. The new Dodge Charger might be one of the most controversial relaunches in modern car history, and the sales numbers show the market is not impressed. Dodge tried to merge the old Charger and Challenger into one new platform, offered in both gas and electric versions. On paper, that sounds bold. In reality, it is not fully connecting with either crowd. The biggest issue is identity. On the gas side, the Hemi V8 is gone, replaced by a 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six called the Hurricane. Yes, it makes serious power, up to 550 horsepower in Scat Pack trim. But for many Dodge fans, that is not the point. The old Charger was about sound, attitude, and that raw V8 feeling. A Turbo 6 may be fast, but it does not deliver the same emotional punch. And Dodge fans are making that very clear in forums, comment sections, and car meets. Then comes the price. The base gas Charger RT 6-pack starts near $52,000, roughly $15,000 more than the previous entry point. That prices out the exact buyers who built Dodge's muscle car image. Now the Charger sits at 309 days of supply, with over 7,700 units on lots. Average selling price, $59,800. Dodge reinvented the muscle car. Their own fans are not buying it, literally. Number 8. 2026 Jeep Gladiator. Second Jeep on the list, and it will not be the last. At this point, it is not a coincidence. It is a pattern. The Jeep Gladiator started with a clever idea. Take a Wrangler, add a pickup bed, and sell the lifestyle. For a while, that worked. It was different, it looked cool, and it gave Jeep fans something no other midsize truck really offered. But the market has changed fast. Buyers are more practical now, and the Gladiator's weaknesses are harder to ignore. Fuel economy is mediocre. The ride gets old quickly unless you are actually off-road. The bed is too short and too narrow to compete with real midsize trucks. And now, it is getting squeezed by the refreshed Toyota Tacoma and Ford Ranger, both offering better daily usability, better efficiency, and stronger value. Meanwhile, loaded Gladiators are pushing well past $50,000. Some dealers are reportedly offering up to 20% off MSRP just to move them. That is not a normal discount. That is desperation. CarEdge shows the Gladiator at 323 days of supply, with over 16,300 units sitting nationwide. Average transaction price, $50,300. The lifestyle truck wave has crested, and Gladiator is being left behind. Number 7. 2026 Chevrolet Blazer EV. The Chevy Blazer EV has had one of the roughest launches in recent memory, and the 2026 model is still paying for it. The issue buyers cannot get past is simple: no Apple CarPlay and no Android Auto. GM removed both and replaced them with its own Google-based infotainment system, and owners have not been quiet about it. They have reported frozen screens, laggy response times, rear camera blue screen failures, and in some cases, vehicles not shutting down properly after parking. GM even issued a stop sale order in 2024 to fix software problems. But based on widespread owner reports, the 2026 version still has issues. In other words, the fix did not fully fix it. Then there is the parking brake wiring harness recall. It can rub or corrode over time, which may cause the parking brake to activate unexpectedly while driving, or fail to engage when parked. That is not just a glitch. That is a safety concern on a nearly $50,000 EV. Buyers are researching more than ever. They are checking forums, owner reviews, and recall databases, then walking away. The Blazer EV sits at 329 days of supply, with over 3,100 units on dealer lots. Average selling price, $49,300. For that money, buyers expect trust. The Blazer EV has not earned it. If you're finding this information helpful, please hit like button and subscribe. Number 6. 2026 Nissan Altima. This one is genuinely sad because the Nissan Altima did not deserve to go out like this. For decades, the Altima was a dependable family sedan. It handled commutes, school runs, road trips, and daily life for millions of households. But Nissan has essentially confirmed the end is here. The 2026 Altima is expected to be the final model before the nameplate disappears completely. And once shoppers hear a car is being discontinued, the buying decision changes fast. Resale value becomes a concern. Long-term parts support becomes a question. And many buyers simply move toward a Toyota Camry or Honda Accord instead, sedans with stronger futures and stronger reputations. But discontinuation is not the only thing hurting the Altima. Nissan's long-running CVT transmission issues still hang over the car. When one of those transmissions fails, repairs can cost around $5,500 out of pocket. That is brutal on a car selling around 30 grand. Then there is the 2.5-liter engine, which has been tied to excessive oil consumption. Some owners may spend around $60 a month just topping off oil. Right now, the Altima sits at 357 days of supply, with just over 1,100 units available. Average selling price, $30,900. A long era is ending, but not gracefully. Number 5. 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander. The Mitsubishi Outlander sells itself as a 3-row family SUV for real families. The problem is, once buyers actually test drive it, that promise starts falling apart fast. For 2026, Mitsubishi made a strange move to a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine with just 174 horsepower. That might sound acceptable on paper, until you remember the Outlander weighs over 3,700 pounds. Reviewers and owners keep landing on the same word: lethargic. And when you are merging onto a busy highway with kids, groceries, and passengers inside, lethargic is the last thing you want to feel. It is not just annoying. In certain situations, it can feel genuinely concerning. Then there is the third row. Technically, it exists. Realistically, it is almost useless for anyone taller than a young child. Legroom is tight, headroom is limited, and getting in and out is awkward. Calling it a true family 3-row feels generous. Add vague steering, a soft brake pedal, and dealer markups pushing prices toward $45,000, and the Outlander's biggest advantage, value, disappears. Right now, it sits at 372 days of supply, with over 7,600 units on lots. Average selling price, $37,100. For that money, buyers know they have better options. Number 4. 2026 Jeep Wrangler 2-door. Third Jeep on this list. And at this point, we need to talk about what is happening at Stellantis, because this is not normal. The 2-door Jeep Wrangler is sitting at 373 days of market supply, with over 9,200 units parked on dealer lots. And the reason is pretty simple. Most Wrangler buyers now want the 4-door Unlimited. It has more seats, more cargo space, and makes far more sense for families and daily life. The 2-door Wrangler has become a niche vehicle for a very specific buyer, but Jeep is still pricing it like a mainstream hot seller. A 2-door Wrangler Willys trim can run over $51,000. That is 51 grand for a 2-door off-roader with a stiff ride, loud highway wind noise, and fuel economy that hurts every time you stop for gas. And now, there is another issue. Some 2026 owners are reporting check engine lights and powertrain failures in under 1,000 miles. On a brand new vehicle, that is not just a reliability concern. That is a quality control problem, and word spreads fast. Jeep built a true icon with the Wrangler, but the 2-door has been priced into irrelevance, while early quality issues are damaging the trust that made the name legendary. Number 3. 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4-door. 4 Jeeps on this list. 4. That is not bad luck. That is a brand in serious trouble. And the regular Jeep Grand Cherokee landing near the top, with the largest raw inventory count on the entire list, proves it. This SUV used to be the sweet spot of the market. Capable, familiar, relatively affordable, and trusted by American families. But Stellantis has pushed the Grand Cherokee into price territory the brand simply cannot justify anymore. Today, the average price is over $47,000. That puts it directly against vehicles like the Hyundai Palisade, Kia Telluride, and Toyota 4Runner. Models with better refinement, stronger reliability reputations, and more convincing ownership experiences. Jeep does not have the luxury brand image to win that fight at this price. Then add long service wait times, repeated owner complaints about infotainment screen failures, dealer markups, and add-on fees that push final prices thousands above sticker. All of it has created a serious trust problem. The Grand Cherokee now sits at 365 days of market supply, a full year of inventory, with over 22,500 units sitting on dealer lots. That is the biggest raw inventory number on this list. Jeep is learning the hard lesson. Brand loyalty has limits, and they have found them. Number 2. 2026 Ford Mustang Mach-E. From Jeep's brand crisis to Ford's EV nightmare, the Mustang Mach-E is now sitting at 548 days of market supply, with over 4,100 units waiting for buyers who are not showing up. Average selling price, $49,500. And its collapse shows how fast momentum can disappear. Ford EV sales did not just slow down in Q1 2026, they fell hard. Mach-E deliveries dropped more than 60% compared to the same period last year. That is not a dip. That is a free fall. Three things hit at once. First, the Mach-E lost its $7,500 federal tax credit eligibility, wiping out a huge part of its value overnight. Second, depreciation is brutal. These vehicles can lose around 60% of their value over 5 years. Buyers are noticing they can find lightly used Mach-Es with low miles in the low 20,000s. So why pay nearly 50 grand new? Third, recalls are hurting confidence, including headlight failures and a Blue Cruise-related rollaway bug that may allow the vehicle to move without driver input. The Mach-E had real potential, but between the tax credit loss, depreciation cliff, and safety concerns, buyers have moved on, and the inventory numbers prove it. Number 1, 2026 Audi SQ5. And here we are. Number 1, the single worst-selling new vehicle in America right now, and it is not even close. The 2026 Audi SQ5. This luxury performance SUV is sitting at a jaw-dropping 626 days of market supply. That is nearly 2 full years of inventory sitting on dealer lots, waiting for buyers who simply are not showing up. For Audi, that number is almost unbelievable. So what happened? Audi redesigned the SQ5 for 2026 and somehow made it less appealing than the model it replaced. The turbocharged V6 still performs well. That is not the issue. The problem is everything around it. Owners who loved the previous SQ5 are calling the new interior cheap, embarrassingly cheap for a vehicle approaching $76,000. Glossy piano black plastic is everywhere, showing fingerprints instantly and scratching far too easily for something this expensive. Then Audi buried the climate controls inside the touchscreen. Want more heat on a cold morning? Now you have to take your eyes off the road and dig through menus. The old physical controls worked perfectly. Audi removed them for a cleaner look and created a usability problem instead. Then come the software complaints. MMI randomly muting itself, navigation stopping voice directions mid-route, and harsh gear changes in dynamic mode that feel out of place in a luxury SUV. These are not small quirks. They are serious ownership frustrations on a very expensive vehicle. Buyers are sitting in the SQ5, seeing the problems, reading the forums, and walking away. 626 days of supply on an Audi performance SUV is catastrophic, and that is why it earns the number 1 spot. The 2026 car market is sending one crystal clear message: overprice it, underdeliver on it, or break consumer trust, and it will sit. Dealers are learning that lesson the hard way this year. Which one of these surprised you the most? Drop a comment below, and if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button and subscribe for more auto content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.